Good day, I'm back here again, the stat tutor. Today we will talk about group data, how to calculate the mean and the standard deviation using the calculator TI-84. So I'll share my screen with you. So we are going to calculate the mean and model class of group data. There is a problem. The exam score frequency distribution of 108 randomly selected students are shown below. The data set consists of a number of groups of data. For example, the first group is between 90 and 98, and the corresponding frequency or count in that class is 6. The second group is between 99 and 107, frequency is 22. The third group consists of scores between 108 to 116, frequency is 43. The fourth group is scores between 117 to 125, frequency 28. And the last group of scores is between 126 to 134 with the frequency of 9. So the first column are the class limits or groups of data. And the third column is frequency or counts in each classes. I have added the total counts or frequency in each class and got the sample size n as 108. So how do I work with this data set? How do I get the mean and the model class? So we have to calculate the midpoint or middle point or the center of each group. For example, the first class, the midpoint is calculated as follows. I take the lower class limit of the first group or first class, which is 90. To that, I add the lower class limit of the second class or second group, 99. So 90 plus 99 is 189. Divide that by 2 is 94.5, is the midpoint of the first class. Similarly, the midpoint of the second class to the lower class limit of the second class, second group, 99. I add 108, which is the lower class limit of the third class. 99 plus 108 is 207. Divide that by 2, I get 103.5 as the midpoint of the second class. So what is the difference between the midpoint of the second class and the midpoint of the first class is 103.5 minus 94.5, which is 9. 9 is actually the class width in each class. So I keep on adding 9 to get the midpoint of the third class. 103.5 plus 9 is 112.5. Is the midpoint of the third class. The midpoint of the fourth class is 112.5 plus 9 is 121.5, and the midpoint of the fifth class is 121.5 plus 9, 130.5. So we need this midpoint information, and we need the frequency in each class. So how do I work with this data in the calculator? So first I'll clear the memories of the calculator. So my calculator is on. I press the second button, which is the top left key, then plus on top of enter, then number 4, like I've written over here, second plus 4, okay? Gives me clear all list on my calculator screen. I hit enter, done. Then I do stat 1. Enter the midpoints in L1. So I start with 94.5 in L1, then hit enter, then 103.5 and hit enter, then 112.5 and hit enter. Next one is 121.5 and hit enter. And the last one is 130.5 and hit enter. Now that I have entered the midpoints in L1, I need to enter the frequencies in L2. So I with the right cursor key. I press the right cursor key on the top right corner of the calculator and move the cursor to the first line in L2, where I will enter the frequencies of each class. So I start first line in L2 is 6, next line is 22, next line is 43, next line is 28, and next line in L2 is 9. That's the last data point. Okay. So I enter the midpoints or middle points of each group or each class in L1 and the corresponding frequency in L2. Then I do stat, press the stat button, highlight calc on the top row, stat, and then highlight calc on the top row, then number 1, which is 1 where stats. My list is L1, always there, first line under 1 where stats. The next line is empty. I need to put L2 there. So second and 2 will put L2 there. Then I go to calculate. Okay, I go to calculate and hit enter. So the mean is the first line, X bar is 113.5. Okay, and what about the modal class? The modal class is the one with the highest amount of frequency, which is the class between 108 to 116. So the mean is 113.5, whereas the modal class is the group between 108 to 116, which has the frequency of 43. Now with the same data set, we can calculate a standard deviation. Same idea, enter midpoints in L1, frequency in L2, and then you highlight stat, then highlight calc, press stat, highlight calc, and 1. Actually, in the same group of calculation, if you scroll down, you will see SX, that is the sample standard deviation, 9.0698. So I press or I type separately in my calculator 9.0698, which is the standard deviation of this group data. I want to calculate the variance. So I have to press the X square button after typing 9.0698 in the calculator. X square button is in the first column of keys halfway down, X square. Press that X square. That will put an exponent 2 on top of 9.0698. So it is 9.0698 square. Then hit enter. And that gives you the variance, which is 82.26. Okay. I will stop here today. Okay. And I will see you again next time. Okay.